offender. This is ZNS.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, A Nation in Mourning. The remains of the 10 victims killed in Friday's devastating plane crash return to Nassau as government leaders pay their respects and investigators begin the search for answers. Plus, Bahamian cultural giants honored for their lifelong contributions to the nation's heritage. In sports, the North Andros Regatta sails into its final day. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend report starts now. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast. Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, offering words of comfort and support to the families of the 10 passengers killed in Saturday's devastating plane crash in North Andros. The aircraft, which departed Lynden Pending International Airport bound for San Andros, crashed in a wooded area shortly after takeoff. Among those on board were members of the popular the Pond Band and a well-known local DJ. Speaking during the All Andros Regatta in Morgan's Bluff, Prime Minister Davis expressed the nation's shared grief, extending condolences and assuring families that the thoughts and prayers of Bahamians and residents remain with them during this difficult time.
We have a cloud over us. The unfortunate tragic incident happened yesterday evening. Let it all be known that our hearts and minds and souls and spirit and our prayers go out to the families and friends who miss them. And as we celebrate, I want you to celebrate with them in mind, understanding that grief is something that should not be borne alone, but we should help those who grieve by grieving with them.
Well, the remains of the 10 victims killed in Friday's tragic plane crash arrived in the capital late Friday night, where government officials gathered to pay their respects. As the nation continues to mourn, Bahamas Christian Council President Pastor Mario Moxie led those in attendance in prayer, asking for peace, comfort, and strength for the grieving families. Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister, Senator the Honorable Latrey Ramming, expressed condolences while reminding the public that the investigation into the crash remains ongoing.
On behalf of the government of the Bahamas, we wish to extend condolences to the family and to the wider communities. This is still an active investigation. I know that there are so much persons have many questions they want to put to the authorities, and definitely the government and the relevant agencies do intend to answer those questions over the next period of days and then weeks to come.
Government officials, friends, and residents gathered in prayer and remembrance in Andros Friday night, finding comfort and strength as the nation mourns this devastating loss. Here's Charles Fisher.
After Friday's plane crash that claimed the lives of all that were on board, the committee, along with the administrator, the member of parliament for the area, and the Minister of Youth and Sports, the Honorable Mario Boleg, getting together, held an extraordinary meeting and decided that they would come up at a memorial service. Prior to the start, there was a 10-second moment of silence.
Today, as Bahamians across our archipelago commemorate our 53rd anniversary of independence, our celebration has been overshadowed by profound sorrow. While Independence Day is traditionally a time of celebration and thanksgiving, today our nation pauses in mourning following the morning of the tragic plane crash here today in Andros, which has involved individuals traveling right here for the North Andros Regatta.
Local pastors each offered prayers along with songs. Minister Boleg expressing condolences to the wider community.
I offer my sincere condolences to the families and loved ones whose lives has been forever changed by these involved in this tragic accident. This heartbreaking loss extends far beyond those who are on board. It is being felt in homes throughout our country. In the close-knit communities of Andros, within our sailing fraternity, among our culture and creative family, and by every Bahamian whose heart aches alongside those now left to mourn.
10 lives lost on a special memorial service held here in North Andros. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Charles Fisher.
Well, the family's joy has turned into unimaginable heartbreak. A trip to Andros that was supposed to bring excitement and memories now appears to have ended in tragedy, where the relatives believing their loved one, a C.B. Bethel Senior High School student, is among those lost in the Independence Day crash. Cleopatra Murphy has their emotional story of grief, uncertainty, and a family's search for answers.
Right now, I'm so lost because my son, he was my last child of 5 children. He was a baby. And I hold them so close and dear.
A mother is crushed and trying to find her footing as it appears her son, 16-year-old Nicholas Oliver Jr., is one of 10 people who died tragically in Friday's fatal plane crash about a mile from the North Andros airport. Roll arrived on Andros Thursday, and her son's father, Nicholas Sr., put him on the Flamingo Airlines flight on Friday. Nicholas called to say he was boarding, but never arrived.
When I travel, I just call and check because I know NJ is right there in the room. He loved music. He made a couple rapping tapes or whatever, but he's always there. I don't know how to come to grip. I wait to the airport and no NJ. No NJ. Well, my son gone.
As she waited, persons said they could see smoke from a plane that had crashed, and despite calls to his phone, it continues to go unanswered. The bodies of those victims arrived in the capital late Friday night, but despite efforts to confirm with police, there are still no answers. While his name is not on a circulating manifest, the grieving mother is all but certain Nicholas, she describes as fun-loving and humble with big dreams, is in that number.
It's really sad. And he was so excited to come up here because he never been.
The teen's aunt, Shalise Russell, says the family has resigned to his death, but they are desperate for confirmation to get closure for the nephew she describes as full of life.
That adds a whole lot to the pain, not knowing if he was on the flight or not. And you just need closure to it.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Heartbreaking story. Our prayers are with the families. Cleopatra Murphy, thanks much. As families and communities continue to mourn the 10 lives lost in Friday's devastating plane crash, investigators are warning that answers will take time. The Aircraft Accident Investigation Authority says no determination has been made on the cause or contributing factors behind the Flamingo Air crash. In a statement, the Aircraft and Accident Investigation Authority says its initial response included securing and documenting the crash site, preserving evidence, gathering operational and technical information, and notifying national and international aviation authorities in line with international standards. The authority says the goal of the investigation is not to assign blame, but to prevent similar tragedies in the future. The authority is also appealing to members of the public who may have photos, videos, or other information related to the crash to come forward. Officials say the identities of those involved in aviation accidents will not be publicly released by the authority, but efforts will continue with relevant agencies to ensure affected families receive the necessary support. The authority says its thoughts and prayers remain with everyone impacted by this tragedy. Well, in the aftermath of Friday's devastating plane crash in North Andros that claimed 10 lives, Flamingo Air has suspended all flights until further notice. The Bahamian airline, which operates scheduled and charter services throughout the Family Island, says passengers with existing bookings are being accommodated on other airlines. An airline executive confirmed the arrangements to ZNS, but declined an on-camera interview. In a statement Sunday, Flamingo Air extended its condolences to the families affected by the tragedy and announced plans to meet with relatives in the coming days. The airline also pledged to provide ongoing grief counseling and says it will fully cooperate with investigators. Family members of the victims are being urged to contact the airline as soon as possible. Meanwhile, the Aircraft Accident Investigation Authority of the Bahamas continues to investigate what caused the deadly crash. The Bahamas Musicians and Entertainers Union joining the nation in mourning the tragic loss of 10 lives in Friday's plane crash. The union says it extends its deepest condolences to the families, friends, and loved ones of those killed. Among the victims were members of the Bahamian entertainment community, including members of The Pond Band and a local DJ, artists whose talents, passion, and contributions left a lasting mark on the nation's music scene. Well, there's more after this.
The Freeport, Exuma to Inagua, Elutra, and drops everywhere we go. We're Bahamians and we proud. Say it clear, say it loud. All in love, wishing love to the Bahamas right now. Gold, black, aquamarine, best island you ever seen. Wave your flag, live your dream. Happy 53. All in love, say.
Happy 53rd Independence Bahamas from Island Luck. Island Luck Sportsbook is giving you the chance to win big, and we mean fully loaded big. Place your bets. Every wager puts you in the running. The grand prize, a brand new 2026 Jet Tour T2 SUV, plus a 75-inch smart TV. Starlink with a full year of internet and bi-weekly prize drawings from now until August 31st. Island Luck Sportsbook, where every game is a chance to change your life. Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Hurricane season is here, and everything your house needs is at We Buy You Sell. Impact windows and doors built with strong frames and reinforced glass to hold if a storm hits. 10 and 16mm galvanized steel are now available. Roofing materials with architectural and asphalt shingles, roof flashing, nails, and so much more, all right here. Solar lights are 50% off while supplies last, and solar power systems are available for pre-order. Stay safe this storm season by visiting us on Robinson Road or WhatsApp 636-8412.
A Friday night shooting has left 2 men dead and 3 others injured. Police raced to Dumping Ground Corner after shot spotter technology detected gunfire just after 9 p.m. Responding officers found 5 people suffering from gunshot wounds. 1 man was pronounced dead at the scene. A second later died from his injuries. Police Press Liaison Officer, Chief Superintendent of Police, Sharia King.
Preliminary report is that a group of persons were gathered outside a residence in the area when a vehicle pulled up. The occupants of that vehicle came out of the vehicle and opened fire, produced firearms and opened fire on the group that was gathered outside the residence. What we know is that fatally wounding one of the males, and we also know that 4 other individuals were injured in this particular incident.
Now, 3 females, ages 20, 20, and 17, were taken to hospital after suffering gunshot injuries. Police later recovered a stolen silver Kia Rio abandoned off Hospital Lane, believed to be connected to the attack.
This matter is concerning to the police, as with every single homicide. And we're asking anyone with any information to provide that information to police as we continue our investigations.
5 cultural icons inducted into the Junkanoo Development Association's prestigious Independence Achievement Awards for their lasting contributions to Junkanoo. Junkanoo Development Association Chairman Leslie Robinson.
This honoring ceremony was started in 2003. We've already honored over 100 persons. And we honor them because of their contribution to the development of Junkanoo and all aspects of Junkanoo.
Now, cultural creative and One Family original, Stan Burnside and famed Junkanooer and Valley Boys free dancer, Alextine Daxon, were among the honorees.
Started years ago. My first teacher was Byron Trotman, better known as Deuce, and he taught me how to draw lines on a Junkanoo costume, and that was the beginning of a long love. It was a labor of love. Many, many years in the shack, 14-hour, 16-hour days, believe it or not. And you miss Christmases with your children, many, many sacrifices, but it's all for the love of our culture.
As a little girl, I came through Rice Isabella in the Valley Boys. At that time, they didn't have many women rushing with the major groups. And then from there, Paul Knowles bought Showtime, and I became into the choreograph section, and now I'm a free dancer.
Well, congrats to all of the honorees. Well, long after the parades and fireworks, Bahamians are still celebrating their national identity through fashion. One designer says this year's Independence collection struck a chord, turning Bahamian culture into one of the season's hottest looks. Take a look.
This year's 2026 selection features Bahamian stamp, and that design features each island and what it's famous for.
From dresses and blouses to T-shirts and coordinated family outfits, the colors of the Bahamas are flying off the racks at Fancy's Boutique as the nation celebrates its 53rd independence. For owner and designer Charlene Bridgewater, independence fashion is about far more than making a statement. It's about wearing Bahamian pride.
Well, this design, the Bahamian stamp design, I started last year. Well, before last year's independence. I wanted to produce it for last year's independence, but I couldn't get the colors right exactly how I wanted it. So it took an extra year to work on the design so that it can be perfection.
That extra year of refinement appears to have paid off. Bridgewater says shoppers have been flocking to the boutique after discovering the collection on social media, with demand surpassing even her expectations.
This year, it has been phenomenal. We have a huge following on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and every day we have persons coming in telling us, oh, I've just seen your videos on TikTok, and I had to come. I had to have a piece of what's happening here.
For more than 2 decades, Bridgewater has transformed Bahamian culture into wearable art, creating designs that have become a staple of the nation's independence celebrations. But she says the inspiration behind every stitch goes beyond fashion. It's about building a legacy.
I would say my kids. They're my biggest motivation, and I just want to leave a legacy for them. My 12-year-old daughter, she is an aspiring fashion designer, so yes. So I'm looking at in another 10 years, she'll be leading this business and producing independence lines for the country.
Well, great stuff. Sports is up next.
The tastiest thing about soccer is sharing it with the whole team, just like the new Ready for Soccer. A delicious lineup of 16 slices and 4 flavor sections. Perfect for sharing from start to finish, even beyond the 90 minutes. Get your team together and dig in, only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Isn't that nice? Wait, you missed it? Ah, you haven't been on the website. Here's how TDC can help you. Whether you're turning your home into a vacation rental, pitching a business idea, or growing what you've already started, the TDC is here to help. Visit tdcbahamas.com for every conversation, event, grant, and opportunity happening near you. Tourism is all of our business, and the TDC is here to support yours.
Welcome to your weekend sports edition. I'm Wayne Wilson, and starting off, we got some sailing action coming straight out of North Andros, where our very own Charles Fisher is on the ground to bring you all a day two recap.
It's the final day of sailing here in Morgan's Bluff, North Andros Regatta, wrapping up today. We'll have those results coming up for you tomorrow with the trophy presentation set for later on this evening. But on Friday, Independence Day, Class A got to the water for their first series race. And winning that, the boys from Long Island, New Legend and Colin Cartwright.
We went out this morning. I normally don't sail on Legend. I don't run a tide man, but I went with the help of the boys. They need some extra crew, and I went on the bow waves, the bowman, and they got a new mast in the boat, and they put it in Long Island Regatta, and right now a little more adjustment need to be made to get it back on top, but The first 2 laps she was dead. I told David this boat need more, perform more better to try catch up. But the last lap we did little adjustments and the mast started moving and setting back in place. And she performed a little better the last lap. But the next race we could do some more adjustments, and try to get on top, because the boys would be mad if you don't try to get a gun,
Over in Class B, it was a tactical race between the Susan Chase and Queen Drusilla. But coming down the final stretch, the young Stefano Kemp out-dueling Susan Chase to win this one after finishing second in the race the day before.
Yeah, that was very rough today, and we had to really get skillful out there today because the big seas, wind is blowing very hard. So, like I said previously, that I commend all the guys that sailed against me today. They was able to bring the boat in without sinking because it's blowing very hard, big seas.
Once again, the trophy presentation set for later on this evening. We'll have those results coming up for you on Sunday. In Morgan's Bluff, Andrews, I'm Charles Fisher for ZNS Toll Sports.
High fly ball, deep right field, wood back, track, wall, see ya! A big 2-run home run for Chisholm, and the Yankees retake the lead. They're up 4-3.
Woo! Jazz coming through and helping secure the win over the Nationals last night with a 2-run homer, while also securing its 13th home run of the season. What a play and what a stud. But that's all the baseball we had for you. Just had to give you guys a little teaser. But moving down to the track, our NACAC team for under 18 to 23 pulling their weight on the national stage with 2 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze medalist winners as of right now in Mexico. Kaylin Smith secures silver in the women's under 18 triple jump. Janico Gibson also secures silver in under 18 men's triple jump. Jose Johnson, a name you all have heard on repeat in the track world, secured gold in the under 18 girls 100-meter dash. And Anton Smith securing gold in the under 23 men's triple jump. Our bronze mixed relay finishers include Jonathan Higgs, Brianna Boodle, Cordell Monroe, and Nevaeh Mackey. Finally, let's get back down to the gridiron, where last week we focused on the Trench Mafia. But this time we're focusing on everyone over at the Jesse Butkus Ferguson football program, where the coaching staff recently took a trip down to Jacksonville, Florida to learn a thing or two from the collegiate coaching level. And bring that knowledge back here to give to all the kids.
Well, at the camp, we're learning. For example, from the offensive perspective, we did very offensive drills. We did the movements of the ball, lateral movements, also as well, watching, observing, and carrying out different patterns scenario. When on the defensive side of it, how to attack the ball, which sides, whether the linebackers, whether Mike weak line, strong safeties, whatever, we did. Understanding different cadence and reps and so forth. That's basically all of it.
Finally, that's all the action we got for you today. I'm Wayne Wilson, ZNS Toll Sports.
Hey there, Pastor Daniel Nottage here. Our Independence theme this year focuses on our Bahamian heritage, a heritage that is rich and deeply rooted in God. But 53 years later, many Bahamians have drifted away from that godly heritage and chosen alternative pathways that are leading away from God. As we celebrate independence, I encourage you to reflect on your relationship with God. Reconnect with your godly heritage, and together, let's shape a brighter tomorrow. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Tonight at 7:30, tune into the ZNS Network for the Independence celebrations from Freeport, Grand Bahama, including the Ecumenical Service, Cultural show. Military parade and flag raising. And the fireworks display. That's tonight at 7:30 right here on the ZNS Television Network.
Time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Bezeline joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Bezel.
Good evening, Desmond. A pretty nice day in the central and southeastern parts of our country, but we do have some moisture in the northwestern parts of the country, and that's associated with a mid-level trough, which are all moving towards the west, so we should see some clearing now by tomorrow afternoon, but there will be the intrusion of that Sahara dust, which will create hazy conditions for the next several days. Now, outside of our studios, we are mostly cloudy, temperature at 88 degrees, the relative humidity 66%, the winds out of the east at 11 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,020.7 millibars. That is 30.14 inches. And your temperatures around the islands: Marsh, Abapaco, Grand Key at 86. 87 at Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands, 86 as well. Allentown, Bimini, 85. 86 in Harbor Island, Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 87. Otterstown, Kid Island, 89. Black Point, Exuma, and Kemp Space on Andros at 88 degrees. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 87. 88 in Georgetown, Exuma. Rum Key and San Salvador reporting 89. And then we pick up at 87 in Crooked Island and Clarence Sound, Long Island. Also Ragged Island at 87. Pretty warm in Acklands, 90 degrees there. Betsy Bay, Meguana at 90, Matchitani, Nagua 84, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 88 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight right through tomorrow, which is Sunday, east to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. The wave height, they're going to be around 2 to 4 feet, with your low tide taking place at 29 minutes past midnight. For the central and southeastern islands through Sunday, easterly winds 12 to 18